you talking about.
But people are like ready to see this movie. They're buying the tickets. It's nuts. I mean, how does that feel to know that they love this film so much?
It's great, but I'm dead. So I can't answer any questions about that.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to give us a spoiler or anything like that?
I'm dead.
What about Black Panther 2? Anything?
I'm dead.
No, we're not ready for you to be dead, Chadwick.
But I am. I'm dead.
Hey guys, this is Coconut. So by now, everyone has heard the news probably that the star of the Black Panther franchise, Chadwick Boseman, has passed away at age 43 from colon cancer. And a lot of people are shocked because people didn't even know that he was sick. And apparently he had been sick while filming these movies. And we do say rise in honor and power to this soul. As we know, we contract to come here for many reasons, and only in the end we know what that is. So, of course, in true fashion, the conspiracies have sprouted up all over social media as to the passing of this person. One of my Facebook friends remarked that his age was the number of completion. If you're into numerology, 4 plus 3, you would come to the revelation that that is indeed number 7, the number of completion. And so that he was done with his role here on the earth plane. And, you know, basically he was ready to transition to the next dimension in whatever role he signed up for next. Do y'all get into the numerology surrounding death? Whether it's a star or whether, I still have to break that down. Whether it's a star or whether it's someone in your life, you can look at the numbers of their birth, their death, their transition, the age at the time of death, and you can look into that and do it basically a divination to understand the message that is being portrayed through the timing or marking the timing of the passage of the said person. So one of the most fascinating things I love to do, and I like to see when other people do it as well. I have to tell you what the people are saying. What the people are saying, this is not necessarily my thought process, but I just want to give it to you as I see it floating across the airwaves. So some people are saying that Chadwick had expressed a lot of disappointment and discontent in the fact that the series eventually was going to lead in with him being replaced by a female lead. So there would be his sister Shuri would actually become the next Black Panther in the next few movies. And he was expressing, you know, how he didn't want to be displaced that way. So what the conspiracy theorists are alluding to, or you're going to start to see this pop up, is that he didn't really have cancer. He was really taken out because he had portrayed so many great roles and such strong, you know, Black male, powerful characters that we all know when these stars popularize these movies, the franchise becomes much more important and rich and wealthier, etc., when the star is no longer here, because they're going to build on the loyalty of the fan base, okay, who are in shock, who are grieving, and they know that now everyone's going to start buying the movies, buying the merchandise, right? You got the t-shirts, the cups, the hats, the shoes, whatever is Panther related. People are now in droves going to start buying it up. And now the franchise becomes a lot more valuable with the main character star no longer being on this earthly realm. That is the conspiracy. And people are saying that because he hid the cancer for 4 years and no one leaked it, no one knew about it, no one even hinted about it. And when he had that weight loss incident, he explained it away by saying he was getting ready for a film. And so even though the fans were concerned about it, everyone seemed to, you know, eat that story up. And that seemed to satisfy most people's curiosity of why he had lost weight. So I don't know what you think about that. And I know that when people talk like that, a lot of people get offended. Like, can't people just die naturally? Can't people just have, cancer, et cetera, et cetera? Now, some people are saying the fact that it didn't get out is a testament to his circle, because how refreshing is it to know that you can trust the people in your life with your deepest secrets and they're not telling anyone. It's not being blasted or sold across the airwaves for money or notoriety. So there is that angle as well. Someone posted this image and you see the Black Panther with the halo behind her head, indicating she's the next Messiah. She's the one that has now been crowned to lead the people. But you know what's interesting when I was reading about this series, because I don't follow this series. I didn't get into this this superhero. So I don't know all of the stories. So I had to kind of Google real quick to understand some of the backdrop. And in this particular series, this land of Wakanda actually was based on the premise that the main deity was a deity called Bas, which is so interesting because that is the goddess of Egypt that is associated with when you see the statue with the cat head. Very interesting because the Black Panther in itself is a feminine deity, okay? It's tied to the moon. It is symbolic of the woman and the feminine creation and protection. And in fact, in Egypt, they would wear the panther skin around their neck for protection and strength. So I thought all of that was very interesting, because now it almost looks like the series was written to show you that the divine is on the rise, that the woman of creation's power, the Black creative power, has to rise in order for balance to be restored. So that's why you see so much chaos occurring this year, because a lot of things are being exposed in order for balance to occur. So Bastet, just to give you a little bit of information there, is the Egyptian deity that is associated with cats, okay? Some do portray her with the lion head, but it's all in the same family, basically, okay? She's the deity that protects the home. She's over fertility. And I know that nothing is by circumstance when it comes to these Hollywood people and the way they draw these stories for us, okay? So they are definitely giving us clues and symbols. And in fact, someone on Facebook remarked that we were hitting the sign of Cancer with the moon, and that the Cancer is the symbol for the home. Cancer is all about the home, the heart of the home, and creating. And that's why a lot of Cancers are very nurturing people, very family oriented and centered. With any death, it's always a time of self-reflection. And one thing, because I don't follow certain things, I was shocked to learn that he was actually bullied when he came out with that weight loss picture, and people didn't understand it and they were being really cruel. But as humans, it's like, why do we have to wait until death to learn these lessons about being kind, being courteous, being civil, being loving? And that's why the planet is in the state it's in, right? Because humans haven't learned how to return to their true nature. Okay, and it's not even about personality. You can have whatever kind of personality you want. But at the heart of you, are you a genuine human being that cares about the next person? So once again, this star's death is going to prompt people, to say, oh, you have to love one another. Oh, you have to do better. But are you going to do that is the question that I pose to you. And while we're on the subject of the lessons learned, something you guys are going to have to learn on social media is stop allowing outside influences to exert so much power in your life, because people are crying all day on my timeline, talking about it all day on my timeline. Once I do this video, I'm pretty much done. I move on to the next topic, subject, lesson at hand for Charlene. Okay, and you're gonna have to start learning how to do that and not allow your emotions to be manipulated all the time, right? When these things occur, there's so much symbolism in these deaths. You can look at the timing of the moon, the time of the passing itself, the age of the person, what sign the moon was in at the time of the death, where did they die, how did they die, you could break all of that down. You really could. But at the end of the day, your job here is to learn how to fly your Merkaba. Your job is to master how to fly your Merkaba. We're going to hear a lot of fantastical theories surrounding this death. Something interesting I came across was the notion that the USDA, I think, listed one of their partners as the fictional country of Wakanda as a trading partner. I don't know if that's true or not because the information has been pulled down. But like I said, Hollywood is so full of smoke and mirrors, and so is this governing system. You really don't know what's true or what's not true. So there's going to be lots of videos made, I'm sure, breaking down lots of symbology and numerology and Gestaria. It's all going to be very fascinating. At the end of the day, have I proven anything? Nope, because I don't know. And you can't get too caught up in it. What I do know is that apparently this young man touched a lot of lives, and hopefully, if he did, you'll make your life a little better for it. Thank you for listening. That's my time for today. And as always, Om Shrim Brazi.